And we get the most useless gun in the game. I really shouldn't have done that because that jib probably could have just killed me. I'm pretty sure. You know, I don't think you can pick these glow sticks up. No, I don't want the jib. I don't need that mess in my life right now. I just feel like these look like they could be a model out of, like, Viscera cleanup detail. I don't know if that's just me, but I get that vibe every time I see that. And here comes a shit time. I didn't want that. I wanted the big boom. Shit, I'm out of the big boom. There we go. I had to pull a fucking Nicolas Cage out of my ass to figure that one out. Your ass isn't cooked. That's just wrong. No one does that. Okay.
You're the best thing I've seen all day.
No. I don't believe you for a second, and I want your gun. Well, now I feel kind of... Okay, never mind. I was like, well, his death was in vain, and I feel like a terrible person. But, you know, I got some big Pimp Daddy bullets, so I'm okay with that. Now, this area hasn't changed much from my own memory. This is a very shitty, like, beginner's trap. You will not figure this out your first time. Maybe you'll be able to hear that, but in the original, I don't think they make any sound. So, have fun figuring that out and just taking a shitload of damage. But this part, I think, is scripted. I'm gonna let this play out. Let me up there. Shit! Okay, then a fucking tank comes in. Hello! I didn't mean to see you. Okay. If you guys are curious why I switch weapons like that, it's because I just panic a bit, honest to God. But it's also because I'm used to, like, Doom 5 and 4, I guess, where you can, like, animation break weapons like that and just go boom boom and do, like, double tap shit with, like, the, was the Ballista in that game? Yeah. Ballista and, you know, Super Shotgun are just, like, the most... If you're not doing that, you're just not, like, efficient at that game, and it's gonna bite you in the ass. Oh, come on. I really do want to play that on here. I quite love that game. I think Doom Eternal is quite a great game. It was essentially what I kind of wanted, I guess. I think it's an ape. Oh, there's still one more of you. Alright, well, we have ways to deal with you. Oh my god, just that little tiny bit of damage that thing does is just enough to irritate me. I don't know why the hell that guy somehow survived. So we're not even close to the out of the clear in this area, though. There's still a ton more dudes in the armory section, as I call it. I mean, I'm not really sure what else it would be. It's basically just this one dude's like, hey, want to see something really neat? It's a room with a bunch of guns. How'd I get them? Your tax dollars, essentially. Okay. I still like this whole chapter. I think it's well done. There's a couple new things they added here and there as well. Yeah, you don't have shit, man. There's like 50 dudes in here. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. Well, maybe it's not 50 per se, but it's a good chunk. I like how my first instinct is to go into a corner and pray to God nothing comes around the corner. But I guess that's kind of what firefights really are. It's like, I don't think I killed him. Yeah, I didn't kill him. What the hell? How did I miss? It's a shotgun, dude. That would have hit you. Okay. Like I said, a million dudes. It was probably like 4. For Half-Life standards, though, 4 dudes is pretty much a million. If we're being generous here. Guess you cannot open that door. Lame. I think I killed this guy my first time on accident.
Finally, someone who ain't trying to kill me.
How does he know that?
Kill me too.
Yeah, exactly. At least he questions it.
Well, from the looks of it, you got knocked for the finer things. Check this out.
I like this. It's mine now. Why does he have all this? And why isn't he using something better than that dinky Glock? Yeah, I just hurt your brain, didn't I? What could I say? I've got expensive taste. I just don't use any of it. I just ruin Half-Life. I ruin everything. I'm just the ruiner of all things. What does this one say? What if you had an eye emergency? Well, then you probably have an eye emergency. I can't tell you. Every eye emergency in a workplace I've ever seen usually gets handled pretty easily. Are we... Why are you asking me? You work here. Okay. That's not my fault. The gun just slipped. So this is different. They originally had to actually crawl out a window and then around the side of the building, which is a nasty realization if you haven't killed that sniper. So, yeah, that's strange they didn't go with that theme, but it's not the worst thing that could have happened. I'm not gonna complain too much. Like I said, too much. It's not like what I remembered. This is invalid to my whatever teen years I had. How the hell did they see me? You see, that's why I think sometimes it's a little annoying. Oh, this part's iffy. It's iffy in the original, and it's iffy here. It's just not graceful. There's no easy way down. Oh, god damn it. You can run past this encounter, which I'm probably gonna do. There we go. Yeah, I'd be yelling Jesus, too, if someone hurled a fucking grenade in my face. Okay. Yeah, normally I just parkour around to get up here, but I kind of fucked it up. Damn it. Here, have that. At least at this point in the game, there's a lot of aliens to do a bunch of the dirty work for you. Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorite things in the game. Come on. Oh, hello. Not that. This. Come on, do it. I lost all my health to do it, but I did it. So, I'd say that was a win. I'm pretty sure they just spawn more dudes over and over if you don't do that. Oh, shit. Damn it. No. Oh, come on. Okay, we'll just use good old-fashioned bullets. That works for everything. On planet or off planet. See? Problem solved. They have all this body armor except on their body. Go figure. You know, I'm actually curious. I saw someone say that they're making the alien soldiers are actually for the Combine. But it's strange. I guess you could say, well, you shut it down. Oh no, plot twist. Like, they could have been using them to make soldiers for the Combine, but you don't see any alien grunts in Half-Life 2, or anything of, like, Zen wildlife, really. Like, there's no barnacle, or, not barnacle, but there's no... Oh, what am I trying to say here? There's no hound eyes, there's no, like, tentacles, there's no... There's not really enough stuff in my mind that gives me that idea, personally. I'm not saying it's not a possibility, because then again, you only see what the Combine have done in certain parts of Earth. Like with the Striders, those are clearly an alien species or something. They're synths of some form. But, I don't know, there's something about that, you know, that just really just kind of makes me think, I don't really think that they're strictly made for the Combine. I think they're probably created... son of a bitch. This could be possible. I like to think this is possible, but they might likely be just the Nylant's own personal army units, because that makes sense to me. Like, how... I don't think the Nylanth is as benevolent as most people kind of act like he is, or it is, whatever you want to call it. Because, let's face it, he's invading a fucking planet. So, I've always kind of felt like those grunts were technically part of the army they have. Or at least there's some sort of invasion unit of some kind. That personally makes sense to me. I don't know if that's true. I mean, if one of the Valve developers could confirm that, I mean, it's probably possible. Because that's what the Combine do. They take over alien species. Technically, they do that with humans, with Overwatch and everything, and, you know, all the other crap you see in Half-Life 2. But I've never really seen the Zen species as anything other than just kind of, like, exclusive to them. I know they're not, like, the Zen species. Also, this is different. In vanilla Half-Life, you do this on, like, a different spot. It's actually raised upwards. There's those, like, balloony floor things as well. It's a really shitty area. But yeah, I mean, there's Vortigaunts in Half-Life 2 that are enslaved. Yes, but they're not enslaved. It doesn't feel like they're enslaved to the Combine, necessarily. I've always felt like the controller species... maybe similar to the Nylanths or something. I don't know. You see, this is the problem with what happens when Valve decides to make, you know, shitty, like, other games and not the flagship series they're known for. You get these really inconsistent, like, fan theories that no one really knows the answer to. And it bothers me, because this is, honest to God, my favorite, like, Valve franchise. It's just the fact that, like, it's probably never going to be finished. Let's face it, Half-Life Alyx was not what we wanted. I'm not saying that, like, new things or side games are bad. Because that's kind of what, like, the episodic trilogy was intended to be for. It was actually an experiment to see what players would do, and, you know, making more content, less, like, time in between it to continue the story. Unfortunately, we didn't get more. And that's why I think it was kind of an insult, because A, it was also VR only. Well, as of this recording, it is. And it's... Now, this is gonna be me bitching for reals, like, right now. I do not care about, like, media that is... I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just kind of there. Like, Half-Life Alyx isn't something that you need to play. So let's recap. Earth gets taken over in 7 hours. Resistance doesn't win. Alex Vance doesn't die. Eli Vance doesn't die. There. I just told you the entire, like, thing in whoever's not a name-dropped character in Half-Life Alyx, as far as I'm aware, is pretty much useless. So, like, if they die, oh no, boo-hoo. It's like Star Wars Rogue Squadron was being, like, the worst shit a human can consume, in my opinion. Because it's just... You already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna die. Everyone's going to die. No one wins. The end. They get the plans, and then they move on. It's just... The tension is so... Like, you already know the outcome. The tension doesn't create, like, actual suspense. Because you already know nothing bad's gonna happen to, like, Alex or Eli. They can't die, because then Half-Life 2 can't happen. You already know... Even if you haven't played the series, you could easily Google, like, 2 seconds and end up being spoiled somehow. So, personally, I think Half-Life Alyx was a huge step backwards in Valve's repertoire, which is sad because Black Mesa's the closest thing we got, like, to a new Half-Life game. And I personally don't find the in-between of Half-Life 2 that exciting, because, like, what's so exciting? Like, it's already established in Half-Life 2. The Combine are there. They're bad. They're evil. Like, it doesn't advance the story. It just adds more. And you could say, well, what about Opposing Force and, like, Blue Shift? Fucking, dude, at least there was something in between. Like, and it wasn't VR exclusive. Not everyone has a VR headset, and I personally don't want one. And I don't see the point of making something so exclusive. It just doesn't make sense to me. Especially when what you're fans of your biggest your biggest IP that made your company and a name in the gaming industry. I don't care if you can pick up a soda can and look at it in detail. I don't care if you can look at the bullets in your gun and move stuff off of tables. I really don't give a shit. I just want to advance the story and see how it ends. I mean, let's be fair. We all kind of know how it's going to end, at least, in some form or the other. The Combine are going to lose, probably. G-Man's not a human being. Duh. Like, Breen's more than likely an advisor. We all kind of, like, have known this through fan theories and years of speculation. But we're never going to know that because Half-Life Alyx. And I'm not saying it's a bad game, I just feel like it's not necessary. It's not even what we wanted. And that's sad because consumers are just, like, the one kind of, like, medium you have. And when you piss off the ones that actually are invested in the series itself, for better or for worse, I guess, you're subjected to stuff like Black Mesa. Not because it's, you know, bad to like things like Black Mesa, but it's like, when this is the most exciting thing to us as Half-Life fans, because we don't get real games, it's a giant kick in the dick. It's like, why can't you guys just make another Half-Life game? Why is that so hard? I'm not saying it's easy to make games at all, but you seriously, like, expect me to think for 1 minute here, nobody at Valve thought that, hey, maybe we should work on a new Half-Life game. Like, you know, people would be really happy about it. Make it accessible for everybody? Yeah, sure. No, we don't want to do that. It just seems, like, odd. It's a very ass-backwards design philosophy to me, and I'm not a fan of it. Like, I don't care about the events of Half-Life 2 before you do it. It's just not that exciting to me. Like, I already know the thing. And as a writer, my first two novels, like, they do have that kind of thing where, yeah, there's story in between, but it makes sense because it's a different outcome of a different event in a different area. It's not the same as, like, just taking a pre-existing scenario and then just kind of running with it, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm being just overly critical, but I've also not played the game. I've seen very little of it, and I just don't care enough because it feels like Valve just doesn't know how to make games anymore, and that really makes me sad. Not that it really matters, because in the end of the day, it's just a video game. Just like I don't get worked up over shit like canon or, you know, like anything really. But it genuinely upsets me because it seems like Valve really just hates their customers. I think that's the best way I can describe it. Like, they just don't know when to make what we want, and like the fans of certain things just die out. Like, I'm just gonna say it, Left 4 Dead 2 wasn't that great. It was just kind of a game that happened, and I've never really played that much of it. Like, I don't think it's that great, but I like it. I didn't want Portal 2. I thought Portal 1 was more than enough. But, you know, people wanted another Portal, so they make another Portal. Yeah, that's fair. What are we gonna put on Valve? Oh, I don't know. How about Hunt Down the Freeman? Hey, isn't that unfinished and really bad? And then, like, it uses, like, fucking amateur modeling and, like, mod support level crap and pay full price for it and sell it on our platform that sells the original material? Sure, that's fine. Said nobody ever. That's why it's so bad. And it pisses me off because it's... I know, yes, they want money. They want your money because that's what products are. But it just seems so... It's so ass backwards. It just feels wrong. I don't know how else to put it. Just... Valve doesn't know what the hell they're doing anymore, I feel like. It's like I say Blizzard must hate their fans more than anything, too, because Blizzard just seems to have the worst fan base on the planet. And, oh, I'm gonna go there, man. I'm just gonna go there. We're too deep down the rabbit hole now. You know, I think Blizzard just completely fucking hates their fans. Like, oh, what do you guys want? A new Diablo game. Don't you guys have phones? Doesn't everyone here have phones? Like, I know that guy himself did not technically do that, but it's still... It's such a fucking nightmare, man. I can't believe... Like, I hated Diablo 3. That was, in my opinion, I gave Diablo 3 so many chances. I genuinely tried, like, my ass off. I'm talking, like, I stopped after Kunai's Cube and said, this game is shit, man. It's terrible. And then I played for a little bit afterwards, and I played because of a friend of mine, like, at my old job. And I was like, alright, well, I'll play Diablo 3 again. And when I found out you don't even have to play the campaign anymore to do adventure mode, I was like, dude, why the hell does the campaign even exist? And he's like, you just, I don't know. And I'm like, that's stupid, man. That's why you play Diablo 2. Because you get, like, more areas unlocked by playing the campaign. You get new and exciting things, like... In Diablo 3, it's just, what's the difference in areas? Like, nothing. Absolutely nothing changes the outcome. Maybe the bosses are slightly different, but they all have, like, the same drop table. And then, like, StarCraft fans are just like, hey, can we get a new game? No. You get Overwatch. Hey, how's Overwatch? It's like sad TF2. It's like sad... Oh, I hate that game. I've played Overwatch, and I hated every second of it. I was like, this doesn't feel good. And it's not because I'm a loyal TF2 Valve fanboy. Obviously, I just vented about how much I hate their company nowadays, but... I don't know, man.